What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on how I got into the Air Jordan 6. Now, if you guys don't know, one of my all-time favorite shoes of all time, these are be like, if I was, like that good old, saying, if you were stranded on an island, what would you want? And definitely, if somebody were to ask me, if I was stranded on an island and what, shoes would I want to take with me, it will probably be the Air Jordan 6. If not the Air Jordan 6, then, of course, my Bread 11s. Them my two favorite Jordans of all time. But anyways, I'm probably going to do an episode where I tell y'all how I got into Air Jordan 11s. But, no, I wanted to overall talk on, my Air Jordan 6 story time and all of that, because some of the stories you might already know, or at least with the infrared sixes, you probably already know the whole backstory behind that. But if you're new to my podcast, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all anyways, because I don't know what episode it was where I talked on it, but pretty much for those that already have heard it, same story. But for those that are new, sit down, eat you some popcorn, take you a little breather, relax a little bit, hear my soothing opposite of Morgan Freeman's voice. But anyway, is that a proper sentence? I don't know. But anyways, so when I got into Air Jordan 6, so at that point in time, because it was in the beginning of, so actually, no, it was in 2018. It was in 2018, I remember, that's when I had seen because if you've been to the Nike store in Seattle, they got a display case of different Jordans and stuff. So at the very top, because I think it's all the championship Jordans, the Jordans that Michael Jordan wore when he won a championship. And at the very top, and obviously these are the first pair of Jordans that he won a championship in, but the Air Jordan 6, the infrared colorway. So I remember looking at that, and I was I got hypnotized by that shoe. I kept looking at it, and it was just hey, yo, that's a nice shoe. I think that might have been the first time I had seen the infrared sixes. And so I remember I was just because I always, anytime when I go in there, I will always look at them. And so I remember I was kind of just walking around, checking out shoes, trying shoes on. And I remember I asked the one guy, and I was that guy, he straight up if Bamboozled was a person, it was that man. Don't know who he was, don't remember what he looked like, but that man bamboozled me, alright? So, and he was a Nike worker. So anyways, I remember I was trying on some shoes. I was yeah, man, I really like them Jordans up top up there. And he was just oh, the Air Jordan 6? I was yeah, the Air Jordan 6. I was because at that, I didn't really know what they were. I was I was somewhat into shoes at that time. I think it had been either 1 or 2 years since I've been in the shoes. So I don't really know the shoes names or any of that stuff or the models and all that crap. And so I remember he told me, he was oh yeah, the Air Jordan 6, them coming out at the end of the year. So I was kind of shocked. And I was oh, whoa. I was wait a minute, what you mean they coming out the end of the year? Them shoes is coming out the end of the year. He's yeah, shoes coming out the end of the year. So I'm waiting. I am waiting. Because I'm fam, I can't wait for this. Oh, I'm going up there. So I asked him, I was what day exactly is it coming out? He told me the day. I made sure of it. And I told, I think it was my coworker. Was he? Yeah, no. He was working at the time. I think, yeah, because I told my friend Jack, and because he was the supervisor, and I was hey, yo, look, I'm going to go out on an important mission. All right. I don't even think I'm trying to think, did I eat my lunch that day? I can't remember if I ate my lunch that, or did I actually know, wait a minute, did I try them shoes? I'm thinking, did I go up there during my lunch break, or did I go up there after work? Either way, I still went up there. And when I seen the Air Jordan 6, right? The Air Jordan 6, the one that was in the display, the one that the man pointed at and said that them shoes is coming out the end of the year. It wasn't them shoes. It was a special edition of those shoes. It was the Tinker Hatfield edition or some stuff like that. But it wasn't the infrared sixes. It was an infrared colorway, but it wasn't the OG infrared sixes. So that's when I was hey, yo, where's that man at? Because I'm I gotta talk to him. He obviously did not work here. Because he told me something and something else happened. I'm I don't appreciate that. So I got words with him. But No, I was like, man, I was so like sad and disappointed because I'm like thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna like, but that's the thing though. It's like I think I did go after work to get those shoes, but I was like, I ain't waited this long. Like with some iconic shoes like that, nah, you ain't gonna be lucky enough or fortunate enough to get them after work. Like, and I got off work at like freaking like 3 something, so I'm waiting the whole day. I'm like, nah, it ain't gonna happen like that. I'm like, yeah, with big releases, you gonna have to be there bright and early trying to get them shoes. But other than that, you ain't going. If you ain't bright and early, you ain't getting them shoes. So they had so yeah, I ended up getting them anyways, and I did make a video on them too. And I was like, you know what, hey, like, I'm gonna get them, talk on them, because I'm like, I've never had a pair of Air Jordan 6s before. So excuse me, I think even in that video too, I did talk on that, how that guy, hold on for a second, I need me a water break. All right, I'm good, I'm back now. But anyways, so I made a video on it. Video's still up. But then I found out that the infrared 6s, the actual OG infrared 6s that Michael Jordan was wearing, the ones that was in the display case, was coming out in the beginning of 2019. So I am gassed up. I am happy for this release. I am like, I can't wait for this release. I was, man, the way you would have thought that I was a private investigator, the way that I was going back and forth to shoe stores asking, because I went to the Nike store, Foot Locker, and Champs. And if any other shoe stores would have been in the area, I would have went there too. But anyways, so I go, so I remember I went up to the Nike store and I asked them, I was just like, hey, when did it, cause like at this point in time, like, cause, so no, that's actually what almost had happened. I would have, if I would have, I had like a March date made up in my mind on when the infrared 6s was going to get released. They actually wasn't getting, they got released, they were going to get released in February. So I think they talk on, hold on, let me go to StockX real quick to see when those, when those ones came out. Air Jordan 6, 2019. And them shoes is going for, in a size 10, they going for $375. I should give me another pair because I'm like, fam. So them shoes came out on the 16th of February in 2019. And I almost didn't even get them. I almost was like, oh, like, because I thought they were coming out in March. When I seen that them shoes is coming out in February, I had to change my plans. And so what was crazy about it, man, I'm telling you guys, this was honestly by the grace of God. Like, God must be a sneakerhead, because I'm like, he wanted me to get them shoes that day. So anyways, so I had I like, the think it was maybe the day prior, I had went to all 3 Nike, Foot Locker, Champs, and I asked them, I was like, when are you guys opening up for the infrared 6 release? And Nike said they were going to open up at this time, which was like pretty early. I think they said it was like 8 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, I'm probably just going to come up here 8 o'clock and things and get them. And then I asked the other stores and was like, okay, like, what is your guys' plans? And then they was like 8 o'clock. And then they were, then Foot Locker, that's what sucked me into getting them at Foot Locker. I maybe shouldn't have said suck. But anyways, so Foot Locker, they said that they had some sizes in store, but the rest of them was going to be like a raffle thing, and then how all that stuff works out. So anyways, so I'm like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna try my luck at Foot Locker, and I'm gonna get them, because I think Nike did like a raffle like thing, or maybe what was Nike doing? I don't know, like, I know one thing for sure, like, I'll talk on it in the Air Jordan 11, how I got into that, because I'm like, I never trust Nike and what they say and stuff. But anyways, so I ended up canceling my trip to Seattle, because I was like, well, that's too far, rather than, I could just go up here and try my luck here and stuff, and it's much more closer. I'm like, I probably would have had a better chance at Nike, but I'm like, but let me just tell y'all what happened. So anyways, so I go up to Foot Locker, and there's people already there waiting. So there was this one guy, he ended up getting a size, I think it was like, was it a size smaller or a size bigger? I think he was a 12, but he wanted to go up to a size 13, and they was like, oh, the highest size we have is a 12, and he tried it on. He was like, hey, you know what? These fit fine. He was like, I'm gonna get these. I'm like, oh, all right, man, do your thing. They might be a little bit tight on the toes, but hey, man, do your thing. But infrared or Air Jordan 6s, they are a little loose a little bit. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but anyways, then this one lady, now I don't know if she was getting the shoes for the people that she was there with or was trying to resell them, but she ended up buying 3 pairs of them. 3 pairs. To let y'all know, like, how much them shoes cost, they were $200 retail. $200 retail, fam. Like, you don't just be doing that. You don't just buy 3 pairs of shoes like that, no problem. Like, and so she did. And then it came down. Honestly, it felt like one of them like bachelor shows, right? It felt like one of them shows where it was like me and these other 2 guys are standing up, and the one lady was getting ready to choose, and it happened to be me, because I'm like, man, what happened? So it was me, it was this tall black guy, and then it was this Asian guy. So we're all, the 3 of us, we're like the final ones, they're waiting and things. And I seen them put a box out, and I'm thinking, is that the box right there? I'm like, is that the infrared? And I could recognize it because all like infrared like or Air Jordan 6s, they all come in the same box. I think so. They might come in different boxes, but at least when I had got the white ones, they came in this like different box. And then when I seen them put that box out, I was all like, that might be it right there. And so I'm like, I didn't know what they were doing with it. I didn't know what size it was or any of that stuff. So anyways, I can't remember if it was the girl or the guy that said it, but they had walked out and they was all like, so good news and bad news. Good news is that you can still buy raffles for 3 o'clock later on today. But the bad news is that we only got one size left, and that's a size 10. So let me just tell y'all, because I still remember the shoe sizes and stuff, because this like person, one of the workers at Foot Locker came up to all of us and was all like, what size are you? So the tall black guy was a size 11. That's too small. Now he could have did what that one guy could have did, but he's probably all like, no, I ain't gonna get no shoe size a whole size smaller. I can't do that. My toes are gonna be all curled up in them shoes. And then the Asian guy, he was a size 8, and he's like, that's too big. That's 2 size bigger, bro. If this wasn't a hood male Cinderella story, oh my god. And guess who was a size 10? TMossBoss, the host of the TMossBoss show, the man with 31 YouTube channels, the man that is on Twitch, the man that is on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can follow me at TMossBoss. Him, Tyler Jamal Moss, the creator of TMossBoss. He is a size 10. I literally felt my body lift up off the ground and float to the cash register to pay for them shoes. When they hit me with that $200 price, I was like, dang, it's like that? Alright, then bet. So, because I think, the original Air Jordan 6, like the old ones that came out back in the day, let's see how much the 2014s cost. They might not even have the price on here, the OG price. Yeah, they retailed at $185. At $185, fam, and and that's the thing though, like they don't change, they don't look different or any of that stuff. So let's see, because I think the OG ones that came out like back in '91, those they only cost I think they cost like $125. Oh, they got like varsity. How much those cost? Those ones came out in 2010. They look just like the infrared 6s. I think those are it. They look like it. $150, fam. Like, they going down further in price. That's crazy. Then the Jordan 6 rings, bro. I know I was, the day I was trying to get them Bread 11s, and then I remember I came home and seen the Jordan 6 rings. I'm like, man, I don't want to look at them shoes right now. I'm like, them ain't it. Them is not it. Hold on for a second. Let me type up infrared. Alright. Yeah, like much more easier this way finding them. So them all 2019, 2014. Them like Jordan 6 Retro Infrared 23 Toro. Those actually ain't that bad. them are not that bad. I like those. Those are kind of they a little red, but I like them. They even got a sandal, a Jordan infrared sandal. Wow. Oh, all right. So 2000. Those ones, dang, they going for 425. Dang, them shoes. You could tell them shoes old, and they cost 120, bro. Oh wow, but they are clowning on prices, bro. Like 120. That's like how much Russell Westbrook's shoes be costing. Dang, that is wild. That is wild. And then the 91s, how much them cost? Because that's the like the original one. Dang, them shoes is old. You can't even find them for sale anywhere. 125, man. That's crazy. Why they cost more than the you would thought? I don't know. I thought like it was like these would have been 120, the older ones, and then the other ones would have been 125. But dang, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I actually like how the old ones kind of look. Like, I need to wear mine so they can look like that. Because I'm like, that actually don't look bad. Like, with the yellow at the bottom. Because then kids it like more of a, like, of a retro look. But either way, I know one thing. That the infrared 6, them be the one shoes where I buy, like, a few pairs of them. Just to be like, hey, I'm stocking up, okay? Because I love these shoes. Like, I'll have one that I'll wear outside, one that I'll wear on special occasions, and then one that I'll wear like around the house, you know, just for some house slippers or something. But I should do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get me a stock up on infrared 6s and bread 11s. Them really the only two pairs of shoes I think I will wear a crap ton of, but. Anyways, then after that, I was like, yeah, I bought the shoes. Then it was funny. That's what ran through my mind after I had bought the shoes. What if these ain't even it? Like, what if these aren't the ones that I want? Like, what if this is like a completely... Because I haven't seen what they look like inside the box. So I'm like, what if they ain't even the ones that I want? What if these end up being like the white ones that I already have? If that would have happened, I would have went up to that Foot Locker and said, y'all better paint these shoes black. Because I'm not either that or I'm tearing this whole mall down with my hands, with my bare hands. I will start from the roof and work my way all the way down to this store, Foot Locker, if y'all don't give me the OG infrared 6s, okay? So, anyways, but yeah. I was all like, I got my shoes, and I was happy, man. I was really happy. I was like, you know, I'm probably just gonna pull them shoes out the box just so I can just look at them and stuff. But anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Like I said earlier in the episode, you can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch at TMossBoss. Like my Facebook page, TMossBoss fan page. Subscribe to any of my 31 YouTube channels, including my podcast channel. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.